enduring hardships, the tears of pain I shed today will be the tears of joy I shed tomorrow. I'm Coach mjdtiger, certified life coach and mentor, and we are on this journey together to find peace, passion, and purpose by enduring hardships and not getting knocked down and staying there, but to rise and to be more than we were the moment before and to grow in the next moment. And we can do that by focusing on our self-love, self-respect, self-control, and to bravely and boldly embrace who we are unconditionally. And if no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Learn, laugh, and level up. How are you feeling? How are you feeling in your mind? How are you feeling in your body? How are you feeling in your heart? How are you feeling in your soul? Taking a moment each day to think in silence and to address each of these areas is a daily healthy practice that will lead you to your passion and your purpose and to balance you out every single day. When we ask ourselves through mind, body, heart, and soul how we are feeling, we get the answers we need and we know we need to focus on. How are you feeling? Trust yourself. Trust that you have it within you to get through the next moment. Trust that whatever is beyond your control, whatever is beyond the reach and the scale of where your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul can endure in this moment, trust that what's beyond you doesn't matter. What's behind you doesn't matter. What matters is this moment. Trust that you are strong enough to endure the next moment, the next obstacle, the next test, the next mountain, the next volcano. Trust yourself that you are making the right decisions and that you will stand tall and bravely and boldly endure the consequences of those decisions. Trust yourself that you are more than what your limited beliefs are telling you. Trust yourself that you are capable of being in a loving, healthy, non-toxic relationship. Trust yourself that you are everything you know you were born to be. Trust yourself that you will go further than you ever imagined through discipline, self-love, and self-control. You are here now. Trust yourself. Wheat Horizons, Episode 3, Lessons from Imperfections. If you are perfect, feel free to be excused. Turn this off. You have nothing to worry about. But for the majority of us, we are not perfect. And imperfections within ourselves can come in such a variety of ways that it can be almost overwhelming for any individual who is trying to grow in life in any area in their life. We could pick any area in our life and there will be imperfections there if we choose to look at them. And that's the key. What are we choosing to look at and what are we choosing not to look at? When it comes to our faults, when it comes to our flaws, when it comes to holes in our character and drawbacks in our just basic fundamental DNA. The real question is, even if we examine these things, what can we do about them? And that is the scary part for a lot of people. It's the realization that a lot of our flaws cannot be changed easily or at all. It's difficult to realize that we just have to live with certain things about ourselves that are hard for us to face and to come to terms with each and every day. And open and honest communication with ourselves will get us over the hump of some of those complexities of imperfections, because we all have them. Physically, we all have imperfections. Mentally, we all have imperfections. Emotionally, we all have imperfections. Spiritually, we all have imperfections. We all have them. It really doesn't matter what the other people around you have as far as what their percentage of imperfections are for themselves. And that's where the real trap lays, is we see other people and we say, this person is so much better than me, or this person is not nearly as good as me. Judgment has no place in a world of people full of imperfections. I'll say that one more time. Being judgmental in this world has no place in a world full of people with obvious imperfections. If we identify within ourselves the imperfections that causes us to lean in negative categories, if we focus on these things, we can correct them. But not all of them. Some can be corrected. Others can just be adjusted. And some we just have to accept. Physically, there are things with our bodies and our DNA that we cannot change. We cannot change our bone structure. Now, sure, we can all fork over the money and get plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, augmentations. But that's not natural. You weren't born that way. Our bone structure is what it is. Our frame, our height, our eyes, our lips, our hands. All these physical imperfections that we have within our skin, they're unique to you, just like your fingerprint. For us to really understand imperfections on a deeper level, we have to understand, do our imperfections get in the way of our own life? Meaning, are they in the forefront every single day, making us make decisions based out of doubt and fear that someone's going to notice that we have these imperfections, which most of the time people notice imperfections in us that we don't even know. We're thinking we're hiding all these things, but if someone else has an imperfection, they might be able to notice an imperfection on you, and vice versa. That's why there's so many people out there who cannot take constructive criticism or cannot take someone pointing out something that is obvious that they can't change. That's why it's so disrespectful to say something about someone's physical attributes, because they can't do anything about it for the most part. Sure, you can change your hair color, you can put in colored contacts, you can put on makeup, you can go to the gym, You can buy the best clothes, but at the end of the day, you're still you. All that stuff is material. When you get in your birthday suit every day to take a shower, that's you. Imperfections and all. When you look in that mirror, naked, not just in the physical sense, but mentally, looking into your own eyes, being vulnerable with yourself. What lessons can we learn from that? There are lessons to be learned from imperfections. I know for a long time I had a very hard time looking at myself in the mirror. Before I had my awakening, years ago, I used to have a hard time looking in the mirror. I did not like the person looking back at me. I would avoid looking at it. I would brush my teeth and look into the sink. If I walked past the mirror, I would not look at it. I would be grateful that the mirror was fogged up when I get out of the shower so I didn't have to see myself. I wasn't happy with myself in any way. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, wasn't happy. Looking into that mirror was like looking at a judge ready to sentence me for a lifetime of BS. And what can you do about it? But to grow and accept those flaws and change what you can within them. There's certain things, when I looked in that mirror, I realized you can't change all these things, but the ones that you can, make them focal points, get them knocked off. And now, every single day, I make it a point to look in that mirror. I look myself in the eye, and that's how I know what I need to work on. I talk about mindfulness, taking time out of your day to do check-ins with your mind, body, heart, and soul. I often would do that while looking in the mirror. And if I have trouble staring in my own eyeballs, then I'm pretty sure other people are going to have trouble staring into my eyeballs. If I can't look at myself, how do I expect other people to look at me? And when they do, what do they see? We don't live our lives to impress other people with our perfect selves. We live our lives to become better, to augment and enhance all the best qualities that we have and the ones that are still growing into even better qualities. This is not a game of life of who looks the best, who dresses the best, who has the best car, who has the best house. This life is about doing something that's impactful. So much time is wasted in life with people who go through life and their only purpose is to make things enjoyable for themselves. Everyone around them is just basically a form of entertainment. Find out that those are the people that usually have the most imperfections within themselves, but never would admit it. And there's nothing worse than somebody who has clear imperfections and they will parade around like everything's okay. See, I have my car. See, I have my house. I look great. I'm fine. Yeah, sure you are. If you have to show it, if you have to tell it, if you have to scream it, you have to exaggerate it, you're not doing fine. You're masking something that is an internal problem for yourself, and most people don't even have enough time to even care that you're doing it. They'll just smile and laugh and say, hey, good for you, love it. Goodbye. And you're left with the same crap that you had before. The only difference is eventually all that stuff's going to go away and you're still going to be you. So what lessons can we learn from imperfections? One of the things I learned from myself, if I just look at it in a broad sense, one of the lessons I learned from imperfections is just the easiest lesson you could learn, period. You're not perfect. And you never will be. And no amount of money, no amount of cars, houses, picket fences, dogs, cats, vacations, job opportunities will change that. You are still a flawed individual, and we all are. And the moment I came to terms with that reality, it aided me in ways that are unexplainable because I felt a huge weight come off of me because I no longer have to hold up this facade of everything's fine. No, everything right now is shit. And I'm going to tell people it is because that's my reality. I'm not going to hide from my reality. I'm not going to hide from who I am. You shouldn't do the same. Me, you, the people around you, we owe each other nothing but to work on ourselves and become the best version of ourselves in every way possible. There are a lot of imperfections that we have that if we focused on them would become not perfections, but they'll become strengths in our lives. They'll become things that people will identify us as saying, hey, this person here has this trait and this quality, and they're not just living in it, they're growing it. Yes, they have imperfections over here and over there and over there, and with this and that. But they're making an effort to make sure that the things that they can control that aren't quote unquote perfect, damn it, we're going to get it as close as perfect as we possibly can. And if that's the case, what lessons do we learn from it? We talked about number one, the best lesson from knowing you're imperfect is that you're not perfect. The other imperfection thing is, which is something that I love, is that one of the benefits of not being perfect is that you get to grow. Because if you're perfect and you've had it all figured out, where is the room for growth? Where is the room for expansion in a relationship? You basically built your foundation, everything's built, and now you're just sitting there, but you built it way too fast. Eventually, the storm is going to come take it away. You haven't earned it. Imperfection gives you the window of opportunity. It gives you the window of opportunity to grow into more than what you feel you are in this moment. And being perfect is not the same as being content. We can all be content in our own skin. We can all say, I'm in a comfortable spot and I think I'll stay here. That doesn't mean you're perfect. So we're not perfect. We need room to grow. What other lessons can we learn from this? One of the biggest ones I've learned is that if you acknowledge that you are imperfect, in some strange way, it actually gives you purpose and passion. You start answering the call of things you never thought you would because you're trying to work towards something. There has to be some meaning to your life. And if you've had it all figured out and you're perfect, then where are the chances and the opportunities to grow deeper in your purpose? Purpose is a lifelong endeavor. It doesn't stop because you're perfect. Your purpose is supposed to grow and expand. You are part of the universe. The universe is still expanding. It's not natural for us to just say we're content and not grow. There's nothing perfect about this planet. This planet is full of imperfections. This solar system is full of imperfections. The universe itself is full of imperfections. Nothing is perfect. But it gives us a chance to grow. It gives us an opportunity to know that since we're not perfect, it actually makes life easier. We don't have to live up to that standard. A standard of unrealistic fantasy garbage. And in the world we live in today, it's very easily possible for any of us to fall into that trap of, I need more because of A, B, and C, and I'm going to go get it because I'm not satisfied. You know, there's a thing about being satisfied. There's something about it. When you're satisfied with something, it's almost as if you are saying to yourself, I'm satisfied with where I'm at in this process. And I heard something very similar to this with a coach I was following on social media. And they were talking about being satisfied with the process. That people manifest things and say, I want this. And the example that they gave was that this person was dating someone, and they had been asking and manifesting this perfect person that they were perfectly aligned with. And the person was over, and they had a date, and the person was falling asleep in this other person's lap. And the person who was doing the manifesting started in their mind saying, please let this be the one. Please let this be the one. Please let this be the one. Let this person be the one finally. I found them. This person has gotten closer to what their manifestation actually was. They've been manifesting this person. This person's actually in their lap, and they're still asking for more. Where they're not looking at, look, I've already manifested what I wanted. Even if it was to stop now, I still manifested up until this point. How about I stop looking to the future and start satisfying myself with what I have now? Be satisfied. Be satisfied with the moment. We manifest all the time things that are happening, but we just gloss right over the fact that what we've manifested has already been in our life the entire time. We're just not satisfied because we want more and more and more. Instead of looking at what we have right in front of us, which is the biggest gift of all. Another flawed individual has decided to come into your life. This flawed piece of whatever material that you want, this thing has come into your life. This place, this home or whatever has come into your life. But instead of saying, I got it, we're saying, I want more. That's a huge lesson of imperfection. An imperfect being is asking for more all the time. It's not natural to do that. It's natural to say, thank you for what I have. I'm satisfied. Whatever comes after that is a bonus. Because nothing's guaranteed. If we are manifesting certain things and they come to pass even 1%, you won. Look at all the manifestations that all of us ask for and wish upon that don't even come close to happening. But yet we manifest, I want to be in love. You find the person and you're asking for more. You've gotten 85% of that manifestation and you still want that extra percentage left over, plus bonus overtime manifestation. Where did the gratification for having where you are at that point in time, where you have completely glossed over the fact that what you asked for is already there? That's why being an imperfect human is far better than being anywhere close to being a perfect human, because you don't get to experience those nights of when those manifestations start to become real. When you have imperfections that you are starting to turn around for the better, and all of a sudden these imperfections are strengths in your life and they benefit others in a positive way. And that's the key to all of this: positivity. There's nothing negative about being imperfect. But there is certainly something negative about pretending to be perfect. The lessons within our imperfections will teach us and guide us every single day if we choose to look at them with a genuine, purpose-filled eyeball, or two if you can manage. Because it's a very, very sensitive issue within all of us, because we are so fragile. Each one of us has a tipping point, something that will make us break and shatter in a split second if we get weak. If we allow other people to come in and make us versions of ourselves that we never intended to be, because we let our guard down and became quote unquote perfect. because we didn't have to work on anything anymore. We already have it. And that's different than being satisfied. Doing nothing is not good either. We want to continue to grow, which is why when you manifest and you finally get whatever you want, again, manifesting even 1%, you've reached your goal. You're manifesting something to enter your life. And if it comes into your life in 1%, it's worth saving. It's worth holding on to and growing it. But the greediness nature of the human condition can't have 1%. I don't feel like building. I want it 100% right now. I want it all right now. Not earned. Think of it this way. What's a greater achievement? If you woke up suddenly and whatever weight you wanted to be at in your life, whatever size of that you want to be in life, you just woke up one morning and you were already there and you didn't have to do any work for it. Which is more satisfying? Waking up and it's just gone, or earning it by eating right, going to the gym, sleeping right, making sure you get plenty of water, make sure you get plenty of sunshine and air? Which one's going to feel better when you reach the goal? Again, that is that manifestation thing. In that same scenario, you want to lose the weight? Do the things I just said. Get fresh air, some sunlight, eat right, exercise, get plenty of sleep, some rest, de-stress your life. You manifested 25-30% just by attempting to do any of those things. That's the lessons from imperfections. Imperfections will lead you to the proper manifestations, and those proper manifestations will lead you to the outcomes that are going to be in your life if they're not there already. We just can't see them. We're too busy looking over what we've already obtained in our manifestations and looking way past to a blurry horizon we can't see any detail in. It's not high definition. Being imperfect leads us to purpose. It leads us to accountability for what we want out of life in the first place. Because I don't believe you want to be a failure. I know I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to be looked upon as somebody who chose to ignore their imperfections and continue to say nothing good is happening in my life. I've cried, I've begged, I've prayed, I've done all these things, and I'm still stuck right where I'm at. And my answer to you would be, maybe you should look down. You look down and you'll see there's some of your manifestation right there. It ain't, it's not that much, but you already manifested it. A percentage of it is right below you, but you're looking over it because you want it to be eye level when it's just at your ankles. The illusion of perfection, that'll get you twisted up real quick. We have to reel it in, get back to what those core values are for ourselves. Embracing the fact that we're imperfect and that is a tremendously good thing because we get to grow and learn in areas that need to be cultivated and nourished and nurtured by us and only us. We can't ask others to do it. We can't beg others to do it. We can't pray for others to do it. We have to manifest our own quote unquote near perfections. And most of the time, those manifestations will become reality when we're serious about who we are and accept the fact that we're imperfect, and the things that are imperfect for us are actually secretly are our strengths. And it will continue to be as long as we treat ourselves as a purposeful human being, full of purpose and positivity. And if no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Learn, laugh, and level up.